Ahoy there, Captain Benzie here, coming at you with a video on Dead by Daylight Mobile. Today we're going to be going over some of the changes that recently occurred in the new update that added Leatherface, the Cannibal, and some of the positives and negatives that have come alongside this. Now, before we jump in, if you do enjoy this video, let me know by hitting like on it, consider subscribing to the channel for all things mobile gaming and more Dead by Daylight Mobile content as it comes, and let me know what kind of content you'd like to see me make in future, what topics you'd like me to cover, either by commenting down below or by coming and finding me on the various social media channels along the bottom of your screen now, including the newly revamped Gaming Galleon Catskull Cartel Discord. Come join us, have a chat, let me know what's going on. Anyway, so a couple of days ago now, we had a new update for Dead by Daylight Mobile. Had a couple of minor bugs at the start. A secondary patch was required just to make sure that some people could remain logged into the game, that they weren't getting in. But ultimately, what it added was, of course, the Cannibal, Leatherface, Bubba Sawyer, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, whatever you know him as, he is now in Dead by Daylight Mobile. Now, of course, he's been in the console and PC version of the game for quite some time now, but he is now in mobile. Now, before we touch on the Cannibal, I want to have a look at some of the other changes that came as well. On screen now, you will see that there were a couple of new loading screen tips added. I haven't shown all of them here, but we have got ones against face camping. If you are a killer, it explains why unnecessary face camping can be a bad idea, and if you're a survivor, it tells you how to punish face campers. Now, face campers, of course, are those people who put you on the hook and then just stare at you. Now, ultimately, that is a completely valid tactic in certain situations. Like, if I'm carrying someone to a hook and I see Adam run off into the distance, and as I hook Meg, I see Dave is just crouching there behind a rock in the distance, and someone else is over the other side of the map, just quick vaulting every window they can find to cause a distraction. And when I hooked Meg, BBQ and Chili showed that there was no one doing generators. Well, of course, I'm going to sit around the hook and just leave the survivors to it. You know, they're going to try and do a rescue. I'm going to end up catching one of them. It's a valid tactic at that point. The best way to deal with it is, of course, to go off and each of you find a new generator to work on. If there's one of you on the hook, the other three of you should be working generators. You should easily be able to do a generator each in the time it takes for that one person on the hook to die. If not, I'll ultimately getting 4 generators down. Once 3 generators pop in quick succession, a killer will tend to leave whoever is on the hook, at which point you can sprint in for a rescue. I do actually quite enjoy going in for those last minute rescues, but it's nice to see that these tips have been added to the screen. Now, if we come back to the game itself here, and if I jump into the blood market, there have been some new items added as well. I'm going to start with the survivor side. First of all, you have different types of tea, which for me, I'm always very happy with. I love my tea. Tea and coffee, if anyone knows, I used to collect different types of tea, and I don't mean like, oh, Twinings and PG Tips and Taifu and Yorkshire. I mean like Ceylon, Darjeeling, Genmaicha, that kind of thing, and just having all the... I had a cabinet full of like 50-odd different varieties of tea. Anyway, so we've got Burdock Tea here, which is one of the green items, and grants a 50% bonus character experience to the character that uses it as an offering. Ultimately, what these do is, obviously in mobile, it's not like in console and PC where you level up via blood webs. Here you level up via experience earned through playing the match. Using a black tea, Burdock Tea or whatever will increase the amount of experience that you as a player earn. As a survivor, you can also get things like the blank postcard or the lover's postcard. I think I may have some of the others here as well. No, just those two for the moment. So like the blank postcard, lover's postcard, there are green and purple ones in there as well. These give a bonus to everyone in the trial, to all survivors, sorry. With the like the Lover's Postcard there, grants 100% bonus character experience to all survivors in this trial. That is great fun, great for helping you level up new characters. And when I play Dead by Daylight Mobile with my wife, we do tend to go in with one of these, because they stack. I will try and put one on, she will put one on, or I'll put these on and she'll put party streamers on or whatever, just to really kick the group up a notch. Now, for the killer, these are slightly different. The personal one is the Bloodstone, is the chalices, like the Bloodstone chalice here, grants 75% bonus character experience, but killers also get dolls. Now, unlike the postcards, which are unfairly, I feel, survivors get personal tea, and then the postcards that increase experience for just the survivors. The killers, on the other hand, get a chalice, which is bonus character experience to them, and they get dolls, which are bonus character experience to all players in the trial. It's kind of unfair that, you know, the survivors one doesn't affect the killer, but the killers one does affect the survivors. I mean, I quite like doing this. I'm leveling Bubba at the moment. I'm leveling the Cannibal at the moment to get BBQ and Chili, which we're going to come to in a moment. And I quite like using the flesh dolls or the thorn dolls or whatever, just to give a bit of bonus experience to the people I'm killing. Because I'm not very good with Bubba. I don't really enjoy playing Bubba, which means I have to kind of be a little bit cheap with him. For instance, I did I did a game the other day, yesterday on Crotus Pren, where I used Insidious Bubba, and I'm going to get so much hate in the comment section from people who know what that is. Insidious Bubba, basically you hook someone, you run off to a safe point, you stand still so that your threat radius disappears, and you just wait for the rescue party to arrive and chainsaw them all to the floor. It was great fun. I did hook almost everyone at least once or twice. I got a decent amount of blood points and experience at the end of it. By running the flesh doll, I feel that, look, I know I'm running a cheap build, I know it's not overly fun to play against, but at least you're getting double experience for it. And I gave Adam the hatch at the end. I literally picked him, not Adam, sorry, Jake, picked him up and carried him around Crotus Pren until I found the hatch, dropped him and let him crawl through. But that kind of brings me to the third and final point that I really don't like about this patch, and I'm so sorry to say this. Behaviour, I love you guys have an incredible mobile game here, but there is one thing that some people disagree with me. Focused, if you're watching this, you know what's coming. I know you disagree. This is my opinion. I'm interested to see what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Be civil. Any rudeness or abuse or anything like that, sorry guys, I'm not playing at the moment, any abuse or anything like that that comes through, I will just delete. But, okay, so when Dead by Daylight Mobile launched, one of the first things that they announced was that BBQ and Chili, alongside Franklin's and, I forget his other one now, hang on, Franklin's Demise and Knockout, of course it's Knockout, were going to just be basic character perks. As in, as a killer, you can just equip any of these. Like, right out the gate, if you only have the Trapper and you level up the Trapper, you are going to be able to earn BBQ and Chili. So, for example, me enjoying the Doctor, for example, if we go through here, you can see, obviously, there I have BBQ and Chili already on the Doctor, despite the fact that this was all leveled up before Bubba. I mean, heck, you can see BBQ and Chili there is on my Doctor, despite the fact that my Cannibal Bubba is only level 5. That teachable of BBQ and Chili only happens at level 30, so it's clear that I haven't reached that point yet. Now, this was celebrated as one of the Dead by Daylight Mobile's launching, and because so many of you have like answered the questions right and all this kind of thing, because you know this is awesome to celebrate Dead by Daylight Mobile's launch. I'm putting the information on screen now and the shot of it. BBQ and Chili is being added to the game. They don't say here that it's limited time. They don't say, oh, it's being added temporarily until Bubba arrives. It's just, hey, we know it's an awesome perk that everyone wants as a killer, so 100% we're giving it to you guys when the game launches. Now, obviously, Bubba has just launched. He's just been added to the game, which now means his teachable perks are no longer general perks. If before Bubba arrived, I was leveling up a character, there was a chance that I would find BBQ and Chili as a level up perk, and I could obviously level that up and, you know, go through like I have with the Doctor. As of now, no, I need to buy Bubba for 500 ore excels, which is about $5. I'll show you that. 500 ore excels is $4.99 for me there. Of course, you can earn them at sort of 5 a time through things like the daily rituals, but ultimately, it's the game saying that, look, you know, if you want to keep using this item, this perk, you are going to have to now buy Bubba. Now, I have no problem with having to buy a character to get the perks. I do believe that the developers need to be supported, and $5 on its own isn't much. Now, for me, that's honestly fine. You know, like when they announced that the Demogorgon was being added to mobile, we knew that it was going to be added as a purchasable option. Same with things like, you know, for example, Ghostface or, you know, Myers. If, for example, I know that I really want to use Myers, I want to get, for example, save the best for last as a perk, I know I'm going to have to drop $5 on Myers, or I'm going to have to save up enough auric cells through gameplay in order to unlock him, and then I'll have to work my way up. I'm fine with that. What I am not fine with, what I genuinely believe is really scummy, is to celebrate giving someone a perk. Hey community, you've got BBQ and Chili, Knockout and Franklin's Demise in the pool, enjoy them, have fun with them, and then suddenly one day, oh, by the way, we're taking those back off you now. If you want to have access to BBQ and Chili and those 3 perks again, you're now going to have to pay us $5. To me, I don't like that. I don't like that it was something that was given to the community, then taken away purely to sell back. To me, that is not good business. I would have been happy to still pay 500 auric cells for Bubba, knowing that it was I was just getting the killer, that the perks were already available as teachables. I think that anyone who had already got those perks on characters should have been able to continue getting them even once Bubba was out. To me, it just sucks to have access to something only for the developers to go, oh, no, sorry, I'm taking that away, but you can have it back for $5. If I did that with anything else in life, I went back to the UK last September, and while I was there, I picked up a Samsung Galaxy S9 for my wife. She needed a new phone. That was the one she wanted. I bought it for her. I surprised her with it when I got back to Vic Falls, back to Zimbabwe. I gave her the phone and said, oh, there you go. Awesome. Enjoy it. How scummy would I be if I turned around today and said, oh, by the way, I'm taking that phone back now? She's going to go, what? I'm going to go, oh, I'm taking it back, but if you want it, you can just pay me the 300 quid for it, and, it's yours again. How scummy would that be? Now, yeah, okay, the devs didn't say it was permanent. No, I get that the developers didn't say it was permanent, but it's implied that it's permanent. When someone says, hey, here, have this, if they don't say, hold this for a moment, or have this until, it's implied otherwise. If I turned up at your house one day with a birthday cake and said, hey, happy birthday, here's a cake, and then the next day after the party and I slept over, I woke up and said, oh, by the way, I'm taking the rest of that cake, or you can keep it for $5, that would be pretty scummy. I could sit there and say, well, you should have eaten the cake faster. Well, I didn't say that you could keep the cake. But those are inherently scummy things. You kind of implied that you were giving something to someone, and then you're taking it away to sell it back later. That I don't like. I was happy to pay the $5 for Bubba. More than happy. He's not a killer I'm really enjoying. He's not really my style of killer, which is fine. But I'm happy to pay the $5 to support the devs, and I'm happy to pay the $5 to complete the killer list. Yeah, there's a lot of low-level ones here, but, I'm having fun just, going through and trying them all out. What I'm not happy with is being given something, having it taken away from me, and then be told, hey, $5 and you can have it back. That, to me, is inherently scummy. Anyway, the rest of the update, though, I am super happy with. I love those experience add-on items. I love the new loading screens. There have been a couple of balance changes here and there as well, which I'll put a link to the article in the description below. Those have been pretty cool. I'm just not happy with having something taken from me in order to sell it back to me. That, I just feel, is a little bit scummier than I would like. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Again, be civil. I know that some people are going to agree with Behaviour's choice on this. I know that some people will agree with me on this, and I think both are fine. I have my personal beliefs. I will probably not change those unless you put a good valid argument down below. And by the way, oh, that's what they did when they added Bill, is not a good argument. That's not a good argument. Oh, they were scummy before, so it's okay for them to be scummy now, is not a good argument. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. I am sorry to have to rant on a little bit of a negative here. I do enjoy Bubba. He's not horrific, and I'm sure that a lot of people are super happy that he's in. I actually enjoy playing against him. He had some new challenges, just not my personal playstyle of killer. I would rather be playing the pig. But let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Anyway, guys, thank you ever so much for listening to me rant on. Happy sailing, and see you in the fog.